Rory McIlroy isn't just one of golf's biggest names. He's a force that rewrote how the modern game is played. From the moment he burst onto the scene, his control under pressure, explosive drives, and calculated aggression have made him a constant headline in every major tournament. McIlroy doesn't just play to compete, he plays to dominate, to create performances that feel like statements rather than victories. So, let's look at the 5 gameplays where Rory McIlroy performed at his absolute peak, the moments that proved why he's built for greatness.
That's a wedge.
Well, when you're this close, you've just still...
Lapsed follow through indicates
left.
he's going left, yeah.
Boy, that was a strange... Out of the sand area.
On number 5, we've got the 2012 PGA Championship. Total domination, a statement performance. Coming into the PGA Championship at Kiawah Island, Rory McIlroy was still living in that uncertain space between potential and proof. He had already shown flashes of brilliance, a US Open win, flashes of brilliance in big events. But consistency was still his biggest question mark. Kiawah Island wasn't the place for easy golf. The ocean course played long, brutal, and unpredictable with heavy coastal winds tearing through the fairways. It was a setup that punished the slightest error, and throughout the week, most of the field struggled to keep momentum, yet McIlroy looked like he was playing a different game entirely.
Whoa. Well, if that carries on that line... Boy. That is one heck of a lag putt. Well, I mean, holding it would be better.
His Sunday performance was the turning point of his career. He shot a bogey-free 66, 6 under par, while every other contender faltered under the gusting conditions. His rhythm never broke, his tempo never wavered, and even when Ian Poulter made an early surge to close the gap, McIlroy responded calmly, sinking clutch putts and hitting iron shots that landed exactly where he wanted them. He stayed unflinching, unhurried, and in total control of his own tempo. The kind of composure that defines true champions.
Gotta hit it low to get the spin. Oh! Man.
By the time he reached the back 9, the question wasn't whether he'd win, it was by how much. When he tapped in on the 18th, the scoreboard told the story. An 8-shot victory, the largest margin in PGA Championship history at that time. But what really made that performance iconic wasn't the record itself. It was the way he won. No late mistakes, no signs of panic, no dramatic rescues needed, just clean, methodical dominance from start to finish. That day, McIlroy proved he wasn't just another talented player with potential, he was the next great force in golf. Kiawah Island was his announcement to the world. The moment he went from being talked about to being feared.
Play at the first. It doesn't matter.
Usually, yeah, fairly simple. Nice one again. That's okay.
On number 4, we've got the 2014 Open Championship, commanding from start to finish. Royal Liverpool, 2014. The winds were calm, the sun was out, and Rory McIlroy played golf like he owned the place. The Open Championship had long been considered the toughest test for any golfer, especially for those used to softer, target-style American courses. But McIlroy showed that his game could travel anywhere. He opened with a clinical 66, followed it up with another 66, and by the time the weekend arrived, he had already built a commanding lead. It wasn't luck or streakiness, it was control. Total, deliberate, unshakable control. He was the sole leader after every round, a feat that few golfers ever manage in major history. Leading wire to wire means you're hunted every day, with every player chasing you, waiting for a crack to appear. McIlroy never gave them one.
Safely done. 2 holes paid.
Well, he thought it was just
As the rounds progressed, Ricky Fowler and Sergio Garcia both made strong pushes, cutting into his lead and testing his composure. But McIlroy responded with the kind of calm aggression that separates good players from great ones. He didn't tighten up. He played with confidence, trusting his swing even under relentless pressure. When others missed fairways or struggled with the tricky links greens, McIlroy stayed measured. His iron play was razor sharp, his putting consistent, and his decision-making spot on. Even when small mistakes appeared, they never turned into disasters. Every recovery looked like it had been rehearsed.
Within the champion.
When the final putt dropped, McIlroy had done what few expected. He conquered the British links game with precision rather than power. Winning by 2 strokes might not sound like a blowout, but the real story was how little doubt there was throughout the tournament. Every hole, every round felt like McIlroy was in charge. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement that he could handle the most mentally demanding style of golf in the world. That week at Hoylake proved that Rory McIlroy wasn't just built for majors, he was built for every kind of course, every kind of pressure, and every kind of moment.
Not the easiest of shots. Get his round really whizzing.
Oh, what a big break. And the biggest smile of the day.
Right out of the meat of the putter. Took all the break and the ball nailed it into the hole.
On number 3, we've got the 2014 BMW PGA Championship. Massive comeback, mental strength. Wentworth hadn't historically suited McIlroy, but in May 2014, he rewrote that narrative. Entering the final round 7 shots behind, few expected him to contend. The leaders, including Thomas Bjorn, seemed in control, yet McIlroy approached the day with patience and smart aggression. Early birdies built momentum, and on the back 9, his precision with drives and approaches turned the tide. He didn't force the issue, but capitalized on others' mistakes, finishing with a 6 under 66 to overtake the field and win by 1 stroke over Shane Lowry. The win was more than just numbers. McIlroy proved he could thrive when chasing, on a course that previously exposed his weaknesses, and under immense pressure. The BMW PGA showed his adaptability and mental fortitude, reinforcing that he wasn't only a major contender, but a complete competitor capable of winning anywhere. On number 2, we've got the 2012 PGA Championship, turning a dominant round into legacy. Kiawah Island was brutal for most players, with its long fairways, tricky winds, and demanding greens. McIlroy, however, navigated it flawlessly. His closing bogey-free 66 wasn't just strong, it was commanding. Every drive, approach, and putt was precise. And while the field struggled, he surged ahead to an 8-shot victory, the largest margin in PGA history at that time. What made it remarkable was the combination of control and dominance. Strokes gained analysis later showed his long game created the bulk of his advantage. That week, McIlroy didn't just win a major, he announced himself as a generational talent. From Kiawah forward, he wasn't chasing greatness, he was the benchmark.
Looking to become the 6th player to complete the career slam, and at times it felt like years lived with.
Come on. Some sound yesterday. But he got over it and released it pretty quickly, so it's a birdie still.
On number 1, we've got the 2025 Masters, completing the career Grand Slam under immense pressure. For over a decade, Augusta National was the one mountain McIlroy couldn't climb. Every year, the question returned, will this finally be the one? The Masters was the missing piece that kept his name just shy of golf's most exclusive club, those who've won all 4 majors. Entering 2025, the pressure wasn't just external, it was historical. Fans Fans, media, and even his peers knew that until he earned that green jacket, McIlroy's career, as great as it already was, would always feel one step short of complete.
Oh, let's go to the 16th.
Oh, that could have easily gone down.
Go, go, go.
That week didn't start like a fairy tale. McIlroy fought through shaky stretches, swing inconsistencies, and a course that punishes every small miscalculation. He wasn't dominating. He was surviving, grinding, playing with patience rather than power. But in the final round, with everything on the line, something clicked. He found his rhythm. The drives became cleaner, the irons sharper, and the confidence that defined his prime years returned. As the back nine unfolded, he clawed his way into contention, hole by hole, until he finally tied Justin Rose to force a playoff. Not with flash, but with sheer resilience.
Let's go! He's met.
It's almost a carbon copy.
Symbolic at this moment.
The long journey is over as his masterpiece.
In the playoff, the pressure was suffocating. 2 men, 1 hole, 1 defining moment. McIlroy stood over those final shots, carrying the weight of 10 years of heartbreak and expectation, and he delivered. No nerves, no collapse, just cold execution. When the final putt dropped, the roar from the gallery wasn't just celebration. It was relief, triumph, and closure all at once. McIlroy had finally completed the career Grand Slam. That Masters wasn't just a victory, it was the completion of a journey that had shadowed his entire career. And in doing so, he reminded the world that greatness doesn't come from raw talent alone. It's built on persistence, heartbreak, and the courage to finish what you started. That wraps up the countdown of Rory McIlroy's most unforgettable game plays, moments that defined his career and proved why he's one of golf's all-time greats.